and welcome to the post-race press conference for the round 8 here at the marvellous RC Badlands. It's our top three finishers, the top three finishers from the long final. It's David Ronnefalk, Spencer Heckert and Aydin Horne. David, so why were you so slow for the first 7 minutes and then so quick for the next 51 in what was a dominating performance?
I was battling with Spencer and Joe, so I didn't want to risk anything there in the start. I was just kind of waiting to see if they would make a mistake and I could, get out in front and pull away a little bit. And, I was able to do so, and while they were racing each other, I was able to build up a big enough gap that I could kind of control towards the end.
So what does it feel like when you lap the field and then double lap the field?
Obviously it felt nice because you never know, like, if you're going to have a mechanical issue, anything, or flame out or run out of fuel or something like that. So it's always nice to have that lap in hand. But, I just tried to keep going. I kind of had I knew where they were on the track, so was just focusing on keeping the distance or trying to get closer to them and put a lap down on them. In that way I could keep my focus up, because if on this track, it's so technical, and with the bumps in the back, it was really tough at times. So you really need to focus, and it was a tough main, a lot of traffic with a short lap. So I didn't want to take any risk. A couple of times I had cars in front crashing, and I decided to hit the brakes instead of trying to do something stupid. So just wanted to bring it home, and I was able to do so. Really happy about that.
I mean, how important was it for you to win this race, and perhaps win it emphatically, given the fact that you become champion because people didn't turn up?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was the goal, of course, coming here to win. But obviously, it would have been nicer to have Ongarod here as well, or Canas, and see what they would have been able to do. I don't know the reason why they didn't show up, but that's how it is, and I came here to make the best out of it, and we were able to come out on top today and the second yesterday, so it's a solid weekend for us. And
you managed to get second for the team. But how about a quick word about your teammate Hampersberg? You've had him the whole year. How do you feel he's performed and come along in the last 6 months?
I think he's done a good job. I think switching also from HP to Mayako this year, I think he really stepped up. I think the car is just very easy to drive, and he's a pretty aggressive driver, I'd say, aggressive driving style. So the car just suited him very well, and he's been able to put some good results in a third place at round 5 and 6, I believe, in Nemo there. So that, I mean, he's been quick. He has had some technical issues that kind of had a couple of bad races for him, but overall he's done a great job, and it's good to see him kind of progress and get quicker every month.
Thank you, David. Spencer, so you turn up here. It's a waterlogged track. You're up your ankles in mud, sorting it all out. Did you think you'd come away with a first and a second?
My goals were to for sure make the podium this weekend. I've been in this track a couple times now. It's definitely one of my favorite tracks, and I don't know if I would say I expected to get a first and second, but yeah.
Looking at the race itself, you started really well. You led for a bit, then you had this kind of period where you suddenly fell back. Was that just a couple of accidents? Was the car not working for those few minutes, or what?
Fell back, and then I got into a battle with, I think it was Joe and Brandon, and then Brandon had that mechanical, so that sucks for him. But yeah, it was good. Drove some clean laps out there. Track's getting rough, and it was rough, so yeah. I guess everyone has their weekends, I guess, but yeah. Everything was feeling really good. Tires were gripping really good. Car was awesome. So can't really ask for a better weekend, honestly. First and a second, that'll do.
Moving now to the man who's probably relatively surprised he's there. So how much of your success is down to the fact you had a really relaxing 45 minutes chatting with me about RC2?
Yeah, so I was working with Nick, and I got dumber for that 45-minute session for sure. But that's what it takes to be good at RC. You gotta kind of be dumb. So yeah, the smart kids, they just think too much and they blow out there. Yeah, all you gotta really do out there for them hour-long finals is just go completely brain dead, and you'll have a good result for sure. You know how we like to do it.
Well, seriously, did you realise you were getting close to the podium? Did you realise you were getting close to Joe? It was carnage out there in many ways.
Well, at one point Joe was lapping me, and I was pulling over to let him go. And then we kind of got separated by pit stops, and I kind of got in a good groove there. And his car is pretty unique out there, so it's easy for me to see where he's at on the track. And there was about a 20-minute stint, probably like 30 to go to 10 to go, I kept my eye on him. I just kept getting closer and closer and closer, and he kept on having bobbles, and that was probably my strongest stint of the race for sure. And I saw myself coming up on him, and honestly, with about 10 to 5 minutes to go is when I started to really realize, like, all right, I can definitely get on the podium here if I just finish off solid. I had a big, long crash in the middle where the marshals weren't really paying attention about 30 minutes ago, and I was like, yep, there goes that. Not going to make the podium, zero chance. About spiked my radio. But luckily kept it in hand for the rest of the race and kept myself from swan diving off the driver's stand after I got blown out in the first corner. You know, these are the things that you need to do to keep your head in the game. You got to stay on the stand. You got to keep the radio in the hand. You know how it goes out there. So, yeah, I kept on catching Joe. He was talking trash last night. You know, so just had to show him who the real superior, dominant one is. That's all there really is to it. Joe Bornhorst. Who even is that?
Well done for not diving off the trophy, and well done for the picking up the third overall. Thank you, Aydin. David, I wonder if you could just give us kind of a summation of the last 12 months and your first year with Mayako.
Yeah, I mean, looking back to the first year, I can't be anything else but very pleased with the performance and the wrestles we've had. You know, went out early this year with Joseph to USA for about 5 weeks there before DNC. It was the first time for me driving the car, so I didn't drive it before that. So I made a switch, and I decided to go with Mayako when they had the offer for me, basically without trying the car. So I did run in JQ before, so I kind of knew that, you know, it wasn't going to be, you know, terrible or anything. It was going to be solid. And with JQ's dedication as well, you know, we were able to improve the car step by step this year. Those 5 weeks there in the U.S. kind of covered a lot of the basic of the car, and we were able to kind of produce some new stuff for the next coming races after DNC. We had a good showing at the DNC, winning the e-buggy as well with the prototype, and I was strong in the nitro main too. Just had a terrible start and wasn't able to come all the way back up to the podium, but I was fighting for the podium with Testament there in Dakota towards the end, finishing 5th in the end. Then obviously, like, getting the Euros was awesome. Didn't really expect that in the first year, but you know, we had a good test session there after the warm-up in April in Portugal, and when we came to the track and in July for the Euros, it was just the car was just amazing from the practice. So didn't change much throughout the whole week there, and was able to really focus on my driving and make sure that I was on point for the main, and we were able to grab that one. You know, it was the first Nitro Euros win for me again since 2014 with Kyosho, so it's been a long time. But it felt awesome, and you know, in the first year with the brand, like new brand, new car, everything was new for me. So you know, really pleased. Obviously, it would have been awesome to finish it off with the world's title as well, but I think the comeback we did from 11th on the grid to 2nd and fighting for the win there with Ongaro towards the end of the race really, you know, it got some people talking for sure, and I'm super proud about that performance at the Worlds as well. Made a gamble for the main with the tire compound. All of the guys probably know that by now, and it really worked out for us. So. And then, of course, winning the championship here at the RCGP, it's great. Obviously, it would have been even better if Ongaro and Canas was here, and I would have won, you know, on the track up against them. But you know, it is how it is, and you know, I'll take this one with me back home, and we're gonna keep working and improving for next year.
Great stuff. Thank you, guys. Fantastic. Great driving from all of you. It's lovely working with you. Thanks, guys.